Kid, I'm a big-time Hollywood producer, see? And I need somebody to play a scumbag in my next movie. It's about a Sons of Anarchy type biker gang, and they need, a tweaker, a meth head looking type guy that's gonna basically come in and get murdered in the past like 5 minutes. We need a henchman. We need somebody like that. You got anybody for me? Well, I sure do, sir. He is perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect for the role. That's right, guys. We are writing again. I do that. I do that often. I look at people with a producer's eye and say, hey, if I were casting a movie or a role, what role would I put them in? I do that quite a bit. And when it comes to this gentleman, who is the individual who ended a Trump supporter earlier in the week, or last week, it's Sunday, depending on which way you go with it. But either ways, yeah, this guy, he's a scumbag. He's a scumbag that drew down on police and ended up getting slumped before, authorities could have any conversation with him. And he did a piece with Vice, of all outlets, who, let's be real, I mean, yeah, if you ever listen to Tim Pool, he'll sit there and, yeah, back Vice used to be real, then it wasn't. And that's what happens often when the thing that you like gets sold. I mean, look at Star Wars and Disney, right? So, yeah, the ambassador took a pitch perfect stance on this, and I couldn't agree with him more. So, with that being said, guys, let's get into this.
Okay, to my shock and just total, what's a good word?
Disbelief?
Comprehension? I think I just made that up. Inconceivable. That's Princess Bride. Let's go with that. This is friggin' inconceivable that I'm looking at a white dude with a black fist tatted on his neck. Already, this disqualifies him, in my book, as being a serious human being.
So he's not what's the, I guess, well, ambassador, what's the white version of the barbecue? Because my ticket, my card to the barbecue has been pulled and revoked. But I mean, what's the white version of that? You know what I'm saying? The brunch. He's been disinvited from the brunch. But yeah, once again, he has scumbag written all over him. Like, you can definitely tell that this man knows what a needle between the toes feels like.
I mean, what on earth led you to get that tattoo? I mean, just fucking shameful. But he's sitting here, in the forest, and he just did an interview from the grave for Vice, and it just came out. Man linked to killing. Man linked to killing. We have a video of him killing the dude. And I like how it's killing, not murder. This is killing. Okay, man linked.
Yeah, but it's Vice. Vice, The Atlantic, New York Times, all of these different outlets, long-standing outlets. And Vice isn't even that long standing, which is what blows my mind when it comes to Vice. Like, you were new off top, and then you just as soon as I guess the HBO money came in, they flipped hard and really went so far left, like TYT and the like. It's really bananas.
To killing at a Portland protest. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. The guy was roving around the streets of Portland in the middle of a riot with a handgun, and he pulled it out on a Trump supporter, and they go, hey, we got a Trump guy over here, and he just shot and killed him for no reason. This is, I am glad he's dead, and that will be the name of this video. I'm glad he is dead. He says he acted in self-defense. You must be fucking kidding me. So I don't know how the cops got this guy. I'm sure we'll find out. I hope we get body cam footage. But good riddance to you, good sir. What's his name, Mike?
Good riddance to bad rubbish. Another way in which to look at a lot of, just folks on an individual level, and it's not to be a dick about that, but you can also look at it from a chess standpoint. Are you interacting or dealing with or seeing somebody who comes across as more of a pawn or a rook or a bishop? I mean, and unfortunately, there are just way too many pawns out there to draw back to that fly little BLM tattoo that he has on himself right there. Come on, guy, seriously. But like, it's become a bit of a religion. It really has. It's an ideology. And man, for somebody with as much TDS, I'm very interested to hear Devin's thoughts on Trump's critical race theory ban. I think, man, I gotta go. I'm gonna check him on Twitter on that.
So Mike is going to be platformed by Vice, who are profiteering up a fucking storm. I don't know how they got this guy. I mean, they must know someone who knows someone. But he wants to give his side of the story, even though we've seen the video. And this is going to be a hell of a attempt to explain away the cold-blooded murder that we saw him perpetrate. So take it away, Mike.
Tonight.
It was a free-for-all and the police were letting it happen. Had I not acted, I am confident that my friend and I'm sure I would...
Okay.
Have been killed because I wasn't going to stand there and let something happen.
A protester.
Oh no, and we get a gay Muslim coming in. A protester? A protester? Oh, please. And what's up with his nose? The bottom part of his nose looks like one of the melting clocks in that painting. Who is that? Oh, Lee? Okay, a protester? Dude, the guy's a fucking murderer. And what do you mean self-defense? From what? You are under no threat of any kind. Please. I mean, I've seen some limp defenses in my day. This is probably the worst one.
Linked to Saturday's shooting in Portland speaks to us about what happened that night. To be clear, he hasn't been arrested or charged.
He's dead. So street justice came for him. The cops got him. Karma got him. I mean, are you kidding me? Hasn't been arrested. What, you think that there's not a charge out for this guy? Fuck that, man. We should throw his dead carcass in jail. Just let it rot there.
We didn't go looking for him, and we have no information on where he is now. He went to a freelance journalist, Donovan Farley, who brought it to us. We then sent a freelance filmmaker to tape the sit-down.
Oh, so you're washing your hands of any culpability in interviewing and platforming a murderer? You despicable hack job.
Tess Owen has been covering...
Oh, take it easy on him, Devin. He's, once again, you kind of got to learn how to recognize the pawns in life. And unfortunately, like, what we would consider NPCs are pawns, just, idiots for those who are way smarter than them, those who provide them all the, amenities that they need to keep, to basically, like, live. It's really no different than, like the Democratic plantation, right? Or, as I like to call it, just county politics or local municipal politics, where, there is, like, if you got let's say a freeholder who got you a position, right? Whatever the freeholder says, like, oh, I want you to vote this way, you rocking with them. Or if it's just a party, it's an entire party built on, what's the term? Built on, like, political favors, appointments, and the like. So yeah, like, this guy, like, he probably your council rep or your assembly rep is it's a pawn.
Extremism at Vice News, and she's here to help us get a handle on this.
Hold on, to be clear, Tessa, who's the extremist here? The innocent man who was murdered in the street, or the guy who murdered the guy in the street?
Tess, do we know anything about this guy, and why is he talking to us?
His name is Michael Raynell, and so far, Portland police have been pretty tight-lipped about what actually happened on Saturday night. The victim's been described as a supporter of Patriot Prayer, which is a far-right group in the area.
Is this girl from Ireland? Is that an IRA accent I hear?
I couldn't tell you, but, strokes. Either ways, yeah, one of the main reasons I'm doing this video is because Devin isn't, like, for as much of a racist and terrible person they try to make Devin out to be. I mean, he's here, admonishing, his own as ambassador. He steps up and says, "Yo, peace out, good." He's gone. He sees that it's a NPC, and it's like, and the fact that Vice, as an organization, does this, platforms them. It's better than what we ended up with, right? Because he drew down on the police. One of the things that's not, I don't think Devin's said, and I'm about to wrap this video up. One of the things I don't think Devin said, pointed out was that, he pulled his gun out on the police and the police just shot him down. So we ended up with this being the only means in which, we can hear anything about what his potential motives may have been. But just by looking at him, you can see he got the order. He was like all hyped up in his emotions. And regardless, it has nothing to do with, the Black Lives, or trying to say, or trying to save his friend or anything else like that. Has everything to do with this emotional, circular logic that many just find themselves into. And it really wouldn't surprise me if he had a long background, long history with drugs. And I'm not talking about like, some pot. I'm talking about the real stuff, this real mind altering meth stuff that has people like acid and all. There are some people who do all the drugs, guys. There are some people who do all the drugs. And this guy, he really comes across just as someone who's done all the drugs. But you may disagree. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff, if you like to toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. We'll get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and Bitchute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications. Get something from the Teespring and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? That's one of the reasons why this AIU ban on YouTube is bullshit. Because he's not, a bad person that like really, I don't see the maliciousness. I don't see him being malicious in any of the points that he's ever put forward. They've been rather just, it's been frank. I see him as frank, not ironically. And a lot of, particularly the feminine, don't get that. Like it takes kind of a, like, hey, yo, like it takes that ability to handle the pressure and, basic harshness that honestly, ladies, a lot of y'all really, really lack. But you may disagree. And that's what I have a comment section for. Until the next one, guys.